Hello guys, I'm MJ, I'm CVP Marketing, and in this video we're going to see how to do class shouts and tabling in an effective way that is going to bring you a lot of opens. So just to start, I just wanted to go through the basics. So if you want to know more about this first part, you can go on the hub. So you just need to go on isaacushub.org, go on functional, in the functional part in the marketing page, and you will find sales training slides. So you will see there what are the basics of sales. But yeah, just to see the overview, to deliver sales, we need to understand who we are selling to, what we are selling, and how are we selling. So basically we have this triangle, and if you nail all three of these things, then you're going to have results. So what do we mean by who? Who is just understanding who is your target. So before going and doing any activity, just understanding who is going to be there. And for tabling, it's also when you approach someone at the table, it's also trying to understand who they are instead of just starting to talk to them about Isaac. Then what is just being clear on what our products are, what are the specific projects that we have, how the logistics work, and what is the value proposition. And then how is just what are the sales methods that we're going to see now for class shouts and tabling. So let's start from how to do a classroom shout. So what is a classroom shout is just a brief presentation about Isaac or our products. It's about 3 minutes long, and it's something that you do at the beginning of a lecture. It's very important that it's at the beginning of the class, because if you do it at the end, then that is the time when people just start leaving the class, so they're not going to pay attention to you. So yeah, I would really suggest you to do it at the beginning. So let's see how to get ready. So what are the logistics for a class shout? So the first thing is that you need to prepare your presentation. So I'm going to share the slides with you, but basically also, well, it's always in the Isaac Hub. You have a presentation ready. DC shared with me their presentation, and I thought it was very cool. So it's something that everybody can just make a copy of and use it. So you can prepare slides. Then you need to ask your professor if they will allow you to use slides. If they don't, it's fine. You can also do a class shout without slides. Then have clear what is the call to action. So try to understand, do you want them to sign up directly on the website, or do you want them to leave their contact info? So again, it's on the hub, but I will share this presentation. You have a sheet that you can print. So it's a sheet that is brand aligned, it's pretty high, and you can just print that one and use it to pass the sheet in the class, and people can leave their name, their email, and their phone number. One trick that I have for the sheet is you can write some fake names on it. So something that I was doing when I was a marketing member was just writing on the sheet, like, yeah, just like 5 fake names that I was inventing, and like changing the pen and changing like the way that I was writing. So people were thinking like, oh, there's already someone that's interested. So like, this is something cool. So yeah. And then another thing for logistics is contact the professor early. So try to contact them 2 weeks or 10 days ahead. This is just, it's just to be polite, because they're still giving some of their lecture time. So it would be nice if you let them know in advance. Contact them early, and also if they don't respond, just contact them again within 2 days. Then another thing is, it's better if 2 people deliver the classroom shout, because then you can feedback each other. But it's also, in terms of attention of the people who are listening to you, it's just easier to follow if it's not always the same voice. So it's something that will just make the presentation more engaging. And yeah, it's also support. If you're with one of the other members, then it's, yeah, for sure, you're going to be more chill because you're not alone doing it. Then a very important thing is that you have to contact the people that left your contact in 12 or 24 hours. And during the shout, say that they will be contacted in the time frame. So just, yeah, make sure if you let more than 24 hours pass from the moment in which they signed the sheet, then probably you've lost those leads, because people will forget about the class shout. If you think about it, it's only a 3-minute presentation that you have during the class, so it's not something that really sticks to you. So yeah, either you're fast in contacting them and reminding them about what you talked about in the class shout, or you've probably lost most of those people. So yeah, that is very, very important. And just let them know that they will be contacted. Like, if you're going to email them, just let them know, okay, if you left your email here, then just make sure to check it out in the next 24 hours so you can see if you got an email from us. yeah, the pro tip is just, while one or two people are delivering the class shout, you can have another person ready to receive a picture of the contacts and send a mass email. So for example, if you're using MailChimp, a thing that I was doing was, so I would be doing the class shout, for example, and as soon as I was getting the sheet with the emails, I was taking a picture of it and I was sending it to another member that was at home, and this member would immediately input all the emails in a list and send them. And send them the template on MailChimp. So like they were contacted in 15 minutes. And we noticed that when we were doing this, that was super fast. We had like the open rate of the email was very, very high. And also the people that then were actually signing up or responding to the email. Okay, then delivery. So yeah, this is the value proposition of GV, and now you're going to see where it fits in the flow. So follow the flow of the presentation. So this is again the presentation that DC shared with us. And remember that it's important that you pick them one of the 3 points of the value proposition based on what the target is. So you don't have to explain everything about a GV. You only have 3 minutes and you don't want to bore people. So try to understand what is something that sticks with that target. So for example, if it's people who are majoring in Spanish, then probably they're going to be more interested in the cross-cultural environment aspect of going on a GV. While if it's someone from, I don't know, that's studying political sciences, maybe they're more interested in the volunteer experience. So yeah, just try to understand what is something that really can benefit them and try to push on only that one specific thing. Then another thing that I would suggest is have up to 3 opportunities in the slides, or even if you don't have the slides, try to talk about 3 opportunities. And use sentences like, yeah, imagine yourself in Brazil next summer. So they're already in their mind, they're already seeing themselves doing the GV. And that is something that is just a little mind trick that will make them more likely to actually sign up or leave their email. So yeah, it's simply, if you give specific examples of what they can be doing over the summer, it's better than just saying, oh, you can go on a GV, because they can imagine exactly what it's going to look like. So yeah, just pick 3 projects based on what the target is, and you should be fine. And then always have a clear call to action. So after the presentation, they need to know exactly what they have to do. So they need to know what is next. So what do they need to do? Do they need to sign up? Do they need to come to an info session? Do they just have to leave their contact? This has to be very, very, very clear. Then one thing is eye contact. So here there are some do's and some don'ts in terms of eye contact. So don't stare at a person for a long time. You're going to make that person feel very uncomfortable. And I know this is something that I also do sometimes. It's just I freak out and I start just looking at one person, but really don't. And also don't watch empty spaces. Try always to like stare at different people for 2-3 seconds. Then don't turn your back. So especially if you're having presentations, try to remember what's on the slides. Don't like turn around every time to read off the presentation. And don't have not coherent facial expressions. So yeah, just try to make your facial expressions follow whatever you're saying. Then do stare at different people, as I said, for 2-3 seconds. Watch in the middle of the audience. This is something that can just help you not stare at one specific person, and then casually move your body. So don't just stand in a stiff way and not move at all, but you can like walk around, use your hands and things like that. Another trick is a thing that you can do if you know that you are a person that gets easily stressed in these type of situations. You can just slow down. So speak more slowly than you usually would do, because when you get stressed and anxious, you will like start to talk very fast. So just try to slow down. And just remember, people don't know what should be in your presentation. So even if you forget about something, it's fine. They're not going to know about it. So just chill and don't freak out. It's going to be fine. And then also in terms of voice, so here you see like there is this straight line. So don't try to make your voice, like don't be passive. Try to emphasize some sentences, some words, some things that you think that are important inside of your presentation. And that is something that will make it more engaging for people to listen to. And then what to do after the shout. So send another email to the professor to thank them for their time. This is something that can help you in university relations. So if you're very nice to a professor, then this professor can be like, oh, I really liked what you presented. Is there anything else that I can do for you to help you promote Isaac? So these things can happen. Just try, like, always be nice and polite with professors. Then contact the people fast. So as I said, like 24 hours is already too late. Try to keep it at less than 24 hours. And remember to mention the same opportunities from the slides. So if you make your presentation and you're talking about 3 specific opportunities, then if you're going to contact them and have some opportunities in the email, put those same 3 opportunities. Don't confuse the people. And then again, as I said, like if there's more than one person, then have some time after the show to give feedback to each other, or write down the feedback and have it ready for your next functional team meeting so you can talk about it. And then measure your results. So see how many people left your contact or how many people signed up. This is something that also helps you to understand if the class shout went well. So for example, if you know that there are, I don't know, 30 people in the class, then you should have at least 5 people signing up or leaving their contact. So also try to set goals for yourself of like, I know that there's 50 people in this class, I want at least 20 to sign up and track this goal. Okay, now let's see how to table. So what is tabling? So it's a very important channel for physical promotion. Currently is the channel that is giving us the most opens, and it is because we have the opportunity to talk directly to our customers and understand them better. So it's not like a class shout where you have like 50 or 100 people in front of you and you cannot connect to them personally. Tabling is when you can create this type of connection. So what to prepare for tabling? So we have training, preparation, and IR. So these are the 3 main things that need to be ready. And let's see, what does it mean? So for training, you have to learn how to sell. So again, this is the training that I was talking to you about. There's just slides there explaining what are some tricks and what are the most important things to know before going and selling. Second thing is learn how our opportunities website works. So a thing that you don't want to happen is that you're at the table and somebody says, oh, can I see the opportunities? Or you say like, oh, I want to show you the opportunities on our website, and then you don't know how to use it. So really make sure that you know how to use Isaac.org. Then learn the value proposition of our product, so you know what part of the value proposition you should pitch to that person. And then learn the features and the benefits of our product. So for the benefits, it's basically what the value proposition is, and for the features, it's just the logistics of our projects. So I don't know, for example, a feature of GV is that it lasts 6 weeks. A feature of GE is that you have accommodation provided and things like that. Then for preparation, so you have to book the space for tabling if you need to book it. So just make sure that you know exactly what are the deadlines for that. And then make sure that you have flyers and handouts. Also try to have banners, posters, any other gadgets that you can have. Try to make the table attractive. So something that, for example, Lydia, our president, she said that she was doing was that she was basically taking the whole living room at her table. So they have a table, they had sofas, people could sit there, people could chill. So yeah, just try to make it as a space where people can just sit and relax, and you just start talking to them, and then you pitch them Isaac. And then have a clear goal and call to action. So again, set a goal for yourself. Before you go tabling, say, okay, I want to get at least 10 people to sign up on the website. And have a clear call to action. So again, the people should know clearly, okay, what I have to do after this table. Are you going to promote them an event? Are you going to make them sign a sheet? Are you going to make them sign up on the website? You need to decide these things before going tabling. Then for IR, so promote only entity partners. So I know that saying that with Isaac you can go abroad in more than 120 countries is very attractive, but it's not really true. It's very hard to get accepted to every entity that we have in the world, and not all of the entities have good processes. Not all of the entities are fully reliable, and not all of the entities have GB. So try to not mention the fact that they can go in more than 120 countries, but try to direct them to some specific countries, so your entity partners. And then have a clear set of opportunities to promote and a clear target for each. So one thing that you can do is you can print on a piece of paper for yourself the descriptions of some projects. So you already know if somebody comes to the table and they say, I don't know, I love kids, and you're like, whoa, you can go and teach abroad to kids. Wait, look, I have this specific opportunity for you, and it's in Colombia, la, 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 and then you talk about the opportunity. So try to have this set of opportunities. If you don't want to print it on paper because you want to be sustainable, you can directly open those opportunities on Isaac.org and have your laptop or your iPad with you, so you can directly show them the opportunities on the website. Now, execution. So during tabling, what you have to do, who, and how. So remember, these are the things from the success triangle. So what? You need to have clear the value proposition of the product you're selling. So we saw in the preparation phase that you need to know this, but what needs to happen during tabling is that you need to explain it clearly. Then have the set of opportunities you're promoting. So have the tabs open on your laptop. So this I already told you. Okay, and then who. So first thing for who is you need to ask questions to the customer to understand who they are. So this is very, very important. I think this is the most important part of tabling, is just be chill and try to just meet, like really meet the person that's in front of you. So don't approach them just with the aim of pitching Isaac to them, but really try to understand who they are. So ask them some questions about themselves. Don't make it creepy, but ask questions like, what do you study? Do you like what you're studying? What is the most, like, what is the thing that you like the most in your studies? Do you have plans for the summer? Just ask questions that will make you understand, oh, this is the specific opportunity that I should be talking to them about. And yeah, so this is what I was saying. Once you identify who your target is, then pitch the part of the value proposition that fits them best, and then the right opportunity. So not the product in general, so not global volunteer or global entrepreneur in general, but just one specific op. Then how, so ask open questions at the beginning to let the person talk and get more comfortable. So open questions are like, what do you study? It's just questions where you get them to talk. And this is also an important thing, is just let the customer talk. And then narrow the conversation with closed questions. So closed questions are those that you can answer to with yes or no, or where you give them options. So for example, oh, this summer, would you rather go on this project or in this other project? And have a clear call to action. So this is always super important. So never leave someone without giving them a call to action. Yeah, so this is it for how to table. Yeah, and another important thing is that the customer should talk more than you are talking. Then of course, if you see that the customer is super shy, and like don't force them to talk, then in that case you can talk more. But just let the people talk, because otherwise I think you can agree with me that when someone stops you on campus and starts to talk to you and they talk for super long without stopping, you're like super uncomfortable. When it happens to me, I don't know what to do. So try not to put other people in that situation. And then follow up. So what happens after tabling? So one thing is report on the results of the activity. So report to your VP or to your team leader how many opens you planned versus how many you achieved, or how many meetings you got, how many contacts, depending on what the call to action was. Contact everyone on the same day of the activity. So the maximum that we set as deadline is 24 hours, but really if you contact them the same day, that's really better. So if you table late in the afternoon, then it's fine. If you don't contact them the same day, you can do it the next day in the morning. But if you're tabling in the morning, please just try to contact them in the afternoon. I mean, not please, but that's something that just makes life easier for you if you try to do it. And then if you have a local newsletter, so if you have a newsletter that you're sending to your opens every week, add the emails that you got from tabling. So add them to the list and also start sending them an email. But first, and this is important, align with them that you will be sending them those emails, because we don't want to seem like spam that they didn't ask for. So just, let them know. Once they give you their information, you should be able to tell them what we are going to do with that information. And then again, have a feedback session with your team, because you can help each other improve. And also, if you're a member that's struggling in tabling, you don't have to ask your VP necessarily how you can improve. I mean, of course you can, but you can get so many resources from your members, the other members on your team. So also ask the others what are some things that work for them that you can start doing. I was just at a conference and I've seen some very, very good members. So I know that there's people who are probably even better than me at this. So try just to help each other. So this is it. If you have any questions about marketing and how to do these activities, you can just contact me. Ask your VP for my number, because I don't remember my number by heart now. But yeah, you can text me on WhatsApp. Yay! I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you get a lot of opens from marketing. Ciao, ciao.